Welcome to this week's edition of eMarketingnews from the OnlineTV Group. In this programme, new YouTube features that add efficiency to your video viewing. New Facebook changes benefit businesses. 76% of senior executives watch online videos. Online video reaches 64% of the UK population. And we interview the grand statesman of marketing, Drayton Byrd. But first, we'll take a look at a couple of examples of the best viral marketing videos this week. The best among the viral videos this week has to be the latest one from PES. Following on from their stop-motion hit Western Spaghetti, PES comes up with yet another short film called Fresh Guacamole. It's crazy, clever and unbelievably well made. They've used regular items like poker chips, casino balls and dice to make the fresh guacamole, as they call it. You can be sure that this video will feature ads from the top poker and gambling sites. Moving on to branded videos on YouTube, Guardian has come up with some interesting video ads of late, which share serious aspects of hard-hitting journalism with just a touch of playfulness. Our favourite has to be The Three Little Pigs. Not necessarily because it is an enjoyable watch. Some of us found it extremely annoying, but there is no doubt it is getting viewers and a lot of cyber chatter. Here's a quick rundown of recent Facebook updates that impact businesses and business pages directly. First, timeline for pages. Released earlier this month, you can implement the timeline for fan pages, making it easier to view all the updates and posts as a blog-like snapshot. Secondly, you can highlight a story or update to give it maximum exposure to make sure the important updates get maximum feed time. The third enhancement is pin to top. You can also pin a story to be on the top of the updates for up to a week, which is ideal to promote limited offers and sales on your page. Next is company milestones. You can tell a story about your brand or company using the milestone feature on the timeline. There is also a claim offer feature, which helps your fans claim an offer directly from your fan page without having to visit your site and having to fill in elaborate forms. This feature is in limited release and will be soon rolled out to all business pages. Finally, the Insights and Admin panel for pages gives you graphical information on the number of likes, active participation from fans, notifications of new comments and fan updates in a snapshot. You need to have 30 or more likes on your fan page to enable this feature. According to the Facebook announcement, this is just the beginning of optimising the applications and tools available for businesses for social media marketing. YouTube has released some major updates to enhance the video viewing experience. Firstly, if you drag the mouse pointer along the timeline bar, you will see the video as a series of successive thumbnails, enabling you to be able to view the video right from the point you want, rather than sitting through the entire video. Although the feature would be rolled out to all videos eventually, it is only now available on most videos with high views. YouTube have also announced that your recommended videos would be based now on an algorithm that accesses the time spent watching a video as well as the number of clicks. Both the in-video and algorithm updates will ensure enhanced viewer engagement. Watch this space for an update from YouTube press centres about viewership data following these updates. According to the recent survey from Doremus, a multinational business communications company, digital media consumption seems to be on the increase among senior executives globally. Here are the key findings. 76% of the executives surveyed watch online video. 71% view webcasts. 65% use professional networking sites such as LinkedIn and Plaxo. And 63% read blogs. The survey further concludes that 63% of the senior executives are connected to their business 24/7, and up to 66% of them even stay connected during their holidays, much to their partner's disapproval, no doubt. Let's now have a look at the ComScore numbers for the reach of video ads for the UK audience. According to the January report released for the UK market by Comscore, social video penetrates 64% of the total UK population. This translates to 6 out of 10 of us Brits watching online video fairly regularly. Google, YouTube, Vivo and Facebook being the top 3 online video properties for the UK, followed by, not surprisingly, the BBC sites. The viewership percentage is largely uniform across all age groups, ranging from 15 plus to 55 plus years. However, the gender rift is quite evident from the report. A typical British male is 3 times as likely to watch an online video as a typical British female. 74.7% of the total time spent watching content-based videos are attributed to men and only 25.3% to women. And finally, we had the pleasure of interviewing Drayton Byrd and asked his opinion on social media and digital marketing.
Well, you know, what shows you how things have changed really does relate to acceleration. If 20 years ago I wanted to know whether I'd had a good idea or not, then I could send out some direct mail. That was quicker than running some ads, probably. Maybe not. But it would take days and days and weeks to know whether something was working or not. Now, last year I was in a restaurant in Bristol, and I noticed that they actually run events there. And I said, almost as a joke to my partner, hey, maybe I should run an event here. Maybe we can get people to come to Bristol. And I thought, well, most people know me as a copywriter, so I'll run a copy event. And I went to Exeter Cathedral 2 days later, and around Exeter Cathedral, because I always look for a nice, interesting backdrop, which also relates to England, yeah? And I did about 50 very short videos. I don't think any of them were more than a minute long, all about the various things that matter in copy, essentially saying, have you ever wondered whether the copy should be long or short? If you come to my little thing at Bristol, da-da-da-da-da. And I pumped these out over the next 10 days, starting the next week. Yeah? And by the end of 10 days, I'd sold 40 places. And I thought, hey, maybe I could sell some more places. So I went back to the place and I said, is that the biggest room you've got? And they said, well, actually, if you lay it out differently, we could get 100 people in, 120. So I said, all right, we'll have a go. So I actually sold 105 places there. So I wasn't charging very much money. But I made about £20,000 in a day for a day. Yeah. When you say it's a day, no, it wasn't a day. It was a day plus the bloody 50 years it took me to learn what it's all about and not to bore people too much. Now, I could never have had that idea and executed it that quickly. And that's why it's accelerated direct marketing. And people ask me a lot about social media. And I use every medium. I mean, I've got a thesis that I haven't really talked about in any of my speeches, which relates back to a common concept in advertising, which is called share of voice. Yeah, the theory being, if you're saying you advertise more than anyone else, you've got a bigger share of voice. Procter & Gamble, number 1, Unilever, number 2, and so on. Yeah, if you're out there more than anyone else, other things being equal. Yeah. So I've been thinking about this, and I apply this to what I do, yeah? So every week, it's a very peculiar day if I don't tweet something, being a bird, of course. But I've done 2 today, and I had to come here to London, but the first thing this morning I did 2. I've written a blog this morning, which I probably won't run until tomorrow. I send out an email probably about 4 times a week. I would say I put stuff up on Facebook maybe 2 or 3 times a day. Now, so 2 years ago, I was sending out maybe 1 message a week. Now, the theory that because people, they theorise, but they don't know, because they don't measure properly, yeah? The theory is, hey, you know, you're going to drown people. They're going to unsubscribe. My unsubscribe rate has not changed at all. And the reason it hasn't changed at all is because I do not consider it as my job to bore the pants off people. I just sit and I think, is there anything that I can say today that will interest people or surprise them or shock them make them think, make them laugh, yeah? Anything at all, because I see the role of marketing through any medium, quite simply, it is the business of helping people, one way or another, and in the end what you're trying to help them to do is to choose you.
You can hear more of Drayton's views by watching his other videos on this site. Well, that's all for this edition of eMarketing News. If you have any news that would interest the 70,000 marketing professionals who view this channel, email us at editorial@emarketingnews.tv and add this address to your press release circulation list. We're also interviewing marketing experts and professionals each week, so if you have some invaluable knowledge to impart, email or call us using the details below. To make sure you receive your 10-minute eMarketing News update every week, take a few seconds to subscribe. Finally, you may be interested to know that we can produce a video news programme like this for your organisation from just £500 per issue. Visit the website below for further details.